I realized why I am meant to leave people from my past alone. Why it was that I was meant to just kind of cut everybody out of my life this past year, 2025. For me, it was because my purpose, the North Node that I carry in my chart is that of Cancer in the 9th house, which is heart energy. So where I come from is Capricorn. 22 degrees is my North Node, which is it's a critical degree. So is it critical is how they say it? I think that it is, but anyway, the meaning of it is basically I'm coming out of Capricorn, which is strict, restrictive, materialistic, very like mind over heart, like body to the grinder type of energy, right? It's like grind, work. Capricorns are all about money and material and, yes, the wisdom, but also, but also the physical, the old money, it's the tradition, we've always done it this way. We've always, you don't work, you don't eat, that type of thing. So what I've had to do is come out of that mindset of work, you don't work, you don't eat, those materialistic mindsets, right? Into Cancer, which is, all about heart energy, right? Wanted to come on here, kind of give an update of like what I'm doing. Basically, I have to open my heart and I have to be more aligned with like the wisdom within my heart space. So what? You want something else? You want a piece of egg? Is it good? Okay, go lay down. Go, get. No more. Anyway, but if the, mission for me is to like be a pioneer of the heart space, like honestly, yeah, I remember now. Sorry, my ADHD. But so I realized that my heart space has always been very, it could be perceived as like naive, but like very open, right? And only because of like the world being harsh, only because the world expects me to kind of be wise in some sort of way where like, you can't let people in, you can't like, okay, so fuckboys, let's take for instance fuckboy energy. What that is like, it's on them, honestly, it's on them for being so weird and dick oriented, like that they have to kind of position themselves in a way that they lie, cheat, steal, because basically they're taking your heart and crushing it and giving that energy to someone else, where they're promising you, like, it's a thievery type energy, you know what I mean? And let's take, for instance, like harsh parenting or neglect, right, from like people who are supposed to take care of you. Those things create a harsh reality for us in some ways, you know, like where we can't be trusting, we can't be open, we can't be vulnerable, right, in the world. But like there's something about it that people don't see when they're actually doing it, like when they're actually being harsh, right? What they don't see is that like that's on them. It's not on the person that's it's being done to. Yes, I look stupid for, you know, but honestly, just like, okay, the thing that's happening right now, the Super Bowl with I just watched a video about it. And normally I wouldn't, but for some reason I did. Normally I wouldn't, but like because I don't care about celebrities and stuff like that. But what's her name? What's her name? Not Kylie. What the fuck is her name? What the fuck? Cardi B. Hey, stop. Stop. Go lay down. No. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go eat your food. Go eat your food. Go eat your kibble boots. Go eat. Go eat your food. Go lay down. Anyways, he just does that all constantly until I listen to him like do what he says. So anyway, thank you. Okay. Cardi B and her most recent person. Anyway, he made the he made the statement about like you knew who I was when you got with me. That to me is so past the point of like it's an excuse, like past the point of that. Like it's evil. It's pure evil because it's pretender energy, pretender trickster energy. Like if you had those intentions, it should have never been a thing. But it's thievery also because you're basically saying I had this intention from the jump. Like if this is who I am, right? And yeah, so people can change, but I never had an intention to, right? And I knew that going into it, or maybe I didn't know that going into it, but I had that intention subconsciously. Because at the end of the day, if things went south, I was always going to do that. Do you know what I mean? So it's thievery energy. Like it's like being a thief of joy, peace, that vulnerability. Also naivety, because basically you're saying she should have known better. You're thieving. You're basically stealing from her right to be naive. You can't be naive around this person because they're a thief. And don't we all have a right to fucking be a naive, you know, at some sort of time? And I'm not saying do that, but like what I'm saying is like we have a right to fucking be naive. Like what's wrong with being naive? Other than the fact that fucked up people take advantage of you. And yes, that hurts. You know, but knowing that we all have the right to kind of should allow like a, what is it called? Something of faith. In good faith or something. In good faith, you know, be able to, yes, be vulnerable around all these people who are looking in on her. And let's not point the fucking finger at her and say, you know, yeah, in good faith, we all have the right to be naive, you know, especially in love, you know. And she had his baby, and like, you know, what the fuck? You know, you wait till she has a kid with you to post stupid shit, you know? Like, there should be a limit, you know what I mean? Like, limit your fuck to, like, when it's not after the kid is born, because that just makes you grimy as fuck. Like, honestly, that just makes you grimy as fuck, because who does that to kids, you know? That's a grimy fuck. Grimy. Can you go lay down, please? We don't need anything. Go eat your food. No treats. No more treats. I already gave you ice cream. And it's AM. Anyway. Yeah, it's grimy. It's fucking grimy. Like, you wait till kids are born to do grimy shit. Like, who does that? And then the fact that, like, she's being blamed, or you should have known. That's fucking, you know what that is? That is abuse. Victim shaming is abuse. I mean, and who are we to do that to someone? Or basically, as fucked up as he is, to do that to someone. And I'm only, I'm not even a fan, you know, like, as a person, as a fucking person, I feel like the wisdom that we gain from, like, going through, like, all the shit that we go through in life, like, as a Capricorn, we've been through, I mean, Capricorns know, we've been through the grinder. But if it doesn't open your fucking heart and teach you that this shit ain't right, you know, like, this shit is fucked up, and yes, it happens, but it's not just part of life. There's a humanity in it. Okay, we all have the right to be fucking naive. We all have the right to be, you know, vulnerable. And that should be protected. And, like, people who don't protect that shit, that's where the fucking fingers should be pointed. That's where the shame should be put. Do you know what I mean? Because it makes us all fucking vulnerable. You know, all of us. Because every one of us has gone through some shit like this and have had to harden up because society thinks you're stupid. Because you let that happen. But when does it become a point of, like, shame the fucking asshole who did it? Because they look, like, people look at it as, like, intelligent. Like, other men are saying, well, she should have known, you know what I mean? Like, but what if that was, you know, your family member, you know, and your sister, or your, I don't know, your mother even. But they don't care about women. Most of them, the ones that are assholes like that, they also don't care about women. And what's wrong with you that you don't care about women? You came from a woman. Tupac said it. You came from a woman, you know? And then the fact that these people act like they have no shame. And I know it's just cold-heartedness that maybe they were abused as children by women or something, you know. And that's probably what it is. That's probably, you know, and I'm not shaming them, victim shaming them, but at the same time, I mean, what's the difference between you and Cardi B when you shame this girl? I don't know. It's just, what's the difference between, because you are also injured or harmed by a woman, right? I'm sure. Like 9 times out of 10, that's the case. Or they're just narcissistic in some way, but that also comes from some kind of injury. So if we've all been hurt and we've all, you know, what the fuck? there's some kind of understanding that as a collective, as like a whole, we all should actually come into like an understanding of like, this is not the way to be. The way of shaming people for having naivety or being naive in a way, or, and especially when it comes to love, because like honestly, if we do that, our children are going to do that, like, and then the world is just going to get darker and darker, and that's the way it's been. I don't know. Also, but most of those people, here's a point. Most of those same people blame women or blame society for making men not have feelings, right? Like for shaming men for having feelings, but then they go and do shit like this to other women. So it's a catch-22 in a way, because like you're saying she can't be vulnerable, and you are saying that you couldn't be vulnerable, but you're basically harming her in the same way. Because don't cry about it when you do it to other people, you know what I mean? You can't take it, but you dish it, you know? Like, you dish it, but you can't take it. So, what the hell? All that to say, like, open our hearts, right? That's my mission in life. And to be, like, kind of a mentor about it, maybe. Having wisdom of, like, the heart space and intuition and, like, understanding, like, family, home, I don't know, that moon energy. But, and in some aspects, that's the hidden, the darkness. And then my midheaven is Leo, so maybe I'm meant to be seen shining the light on that stuff. And I've gone over this so many times in my life, like I have to understand, like, what the fuck? Like, my whole thing also is to be more selfish in a way. Selfish as far as, like, protecting myself. So a lot of the things that I've had to cut out in 2025 are, relationships that were closest to me, in order to protect myself and my heart. So I'm able to be vulnerable. I'm able to open my heart space and like be actually in my North Node and be myself and shine in that way. So being alone, which I'm happy to be, like, honestly, but at the same time, I mean, I'm alone. Like, my best friend is my little pup. So I don't know. But there's something about being vulnerable out loud. And I don't know how to do that. Like, I mean, I do. So, fuck, I don't know. There's been so many things that I've wanted to, like, kind of get on here and talk about, but, like, I have people watching me, like, all the time. I don't like that. And, like, people that I know. And then family, and, like, thought about making a different channel. But can you hide, really? I'm not looking to hide. Like, honestly, I don't want to hide. But so weird. It's weird to me that people will show up to your house, peeping in your neighbor's windows, and, like, still claim that they don't have any they don't want to have anything to do with you, or that they don't like you. And you may not like me, but you really do like me. Like, your fucking subconscious, weird ass. There's really something that you want. Like, what the fuck? It's weird. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird and gross, and I don't know. Should I get a tarot deck? I'm not gonna do that right now. Fuck. Yeah, I am. 1 second. Alright. Let's pull a couple cards. My nose is it's kind of running. Did you see that? So it landed face down. So let's see. The Devil and the Ten of Swords. Capricorn, completion. And the Nine of Swords. And the Seven of Wands. The Eight of Cups is poking out at the top. So if you think about it, and it's the 17th on here. Actually, right now it's the 19th, but that's when the moon, was it the new moon? Yeah. So, revelation protects from sadness, gives revelations in dreams. Oh, I had a dream. Maybe I'll do another video on that, but I had a dream like recently. It's probably because of nicotine patches I was wearing, because I fell asleep with it on. It says purification, protection from the impious religious sentiments, and it says seduction and downfall, communicates with the dead, teaches the occult and magic. Imagine the devil teaching you, and that's basically Capricorn in a nutshell. I'm a 29 degree Capricorn, so that's what I was here to learn. Like, it says the severity of God. Anyway, I had this weird freaking dream, man. It was so weird. Now I don't remember what it was, but I have it written down. And, let me see, I'll get to it. Okay, so I had this dream recently. I was at like a tarot reader's house, and I was watching her record for YouTube, and like she called me over, summoned me over to her where she was, and like she put me under this like spell. I don't know how, but like I end up waking up in her arms, and like she was holding me like a baby, and then she's like, sit up, and then I sat up, and like she did something to my stomach. Like she did some gestures, right? And then I felt something pop in my stomach and like drop, like sink down. And then it was like she was releasing something from my sacral, and like I could feel it, literally feel it in my stomach. And I'm like, why did you do that? She's like, did what? Like she had this knowing smirk on her face, like so I got confused. I grabbed what I thought was my phone, but it was actually her phone, because I already had mine in my pocket. And then I left, and I went home, and then I was confused as to why she did it, what she did. And I was concerned about, like, did she just do a spell on me? Did she just break my body in some way? I don't know. And then I thought about it being like a succubus releasing me. Because after that, so I was like, I'm gonna go take a shower. And then I went to the kitchen, and like to get to the bathroom. I don't know what house this was. I've never been there before. Like, I've never seen this place before in my dreams or in my real life. It was like an apartment complex. Like, we all lived at, I guess. And like, okay, so I went to the kitchen. There's a big window in the living room area, which is like right, like, I guess there's the living room, the front door is like right here, the picture window is right next to it, and then like you go the opposite direction, it's the dining room and the kitchen, and then I guess the bathroom right? And like the bedroom and a closet. I don't know. So I went to the kitchen, and then suddenly, like, I looked, there's like a, I don't know, a cutout of, like, you could see through to the living room into the kitchen. So there was like I could see at the picture window there was someone looking in. I guess they couldn't see because it's like tinted or something. They couldn't see me standing there, but I could see them. And there was no curtain. So I thought, oh, maybe I should go get a curtain. Well, I thought they were going to knock on the door, beat down the door or something like that, looking for this girl's phone, or maybe that she had sent them to me. And then, so I went into the closet to like find something to put over the window. And like, so I had like, I don't know, a hanging, I don't know what it is, like a hanging slide thing that you could hang blankets on to dry, I guess. I don't know. It was like I was living in a third world country or something. I don't know, where I had like a shitload of blankets for no reason. But there was like this big hole in like every single one of the blankets. And it was like eaten through by some like rat or something, but it was huge. And then like there was a tunnel, as if like it was used as insulation almost, it looked like, you know, like there was a tunnel and like these blankets were being used as like insulation. And I don't know, I guess I watched too many homemaking videos or something. What the fuck? So anyways, it looked like something had ate through all these blankets, and I was like, okay, well, never mind, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go take a shower. And it felt like something had peed on the blankets, and I like was touching it, so I was like, let me go wash my hands, let me go wash my ass and get all this gunk off me, right? This energetic gunk and this real actual gunk. I don't know. So then I went to get in the shower, and actually the shower was like outside, like the whole bathroom. There was like a door, and like the door was open, and I was thinking I should really keep this door closed, because since it's outside, it's not gonna hike up my electricity bill, right? If I keep this door shut. So anyway, there was like a curtain, like a shower curtain for like the curtain, but it was outside. It was like as if it never gets windy. I don't know. Oh, what the fuck? But then there was a highway. Like I looked up over like the shower, and like there was a highway like going this way. Like you could see like the road, but it was kind of at a distance, but not really. Like maybe like 20 meters away. I don't know. Maybe 10 meters away. I don't know. But it was like not very far. And I was pretty sure that people probably could see me if they really tried. But I don't know. There was walls built around it, so it was kind of like, yeah, you may not be able to see me, but you could probably hear the shower or something. I don't know. So yeah, that happened. And then so I woke up after I saw that. But it was like I wanted to finish the dream and see what happened with the girl and the phone, and I don't know. I used to do lucid dreaming like in my teens. I haven't been able to do it in a long time. I mean, sometimes, but like I'd have to, because like where I could actually force myself to have the same dream. It would be different sometimes, but I used to do that a lot, but I don't know. So, all that to say, it was something about feeling like vulnerable, that I'm being peered in on, no privacy, which took me back to a memory in my childhood that like I got in trouble for sneaking out, and my parents took my door off my hinges. Which serves me right, I guess, but yeah, that was one of the things. I was doing a lot of acid around that time too. I mean, not a lot, but like enough for, I was like 14, 15. Probably why I'm so weird. Anyway. It was a different time then, for sure. Anyways, I don't know what else to say. Maybe I'll come back and do something else. Oh, I was pulling cards. The Devil and the Ten of Swords. It's like the end of Capricorn stuff. Purification. Nine of Swords. And Seven of Wands, liberation, deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. And it's number 29. So, and I just saw the Hermit and the Three of Swords. So it's something about healing. Ten of Pentacles, Hermit. Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Eight of Cups. So walking away from something, like, okay, that mindset of like, I have to do all these things to be less vulnerable, like block off my heart, be less naive, right? Where I don't allow my emotions to be, to lead the way, right? I have to be super logical about everything. So one of the things that I've noticed about 2025 is that I had to cut all of these people off because they didn't like me for me. They always wanted to change something about me, or wanted me to be this hardened this person that wasn't able to be vulnerable. Like, I found that most of the time, my vulnerability was either looked down upon, shunned, or taken for foolishness, right? Like I'm being a fool, like Cardi B. which I don't see that. I don't see it that way. I don't fucking see it that way. It's fucking sad that, like, as a parent myself, if my child needs a surgery, I'm not going to say you're treating me like an ATM. If she needs money, or if he needs money, I'm not going to say, hey, do you think that you could go, drive 3.5 hours in the back of my car? I'll lay the seat down for you while you're recovering from surgery. Do I scream at you on the way home from surgery because you don't like how I'm driving? Like, what the fuck? No. Do I talk shit about you to everyone else in the family, and act like it's your problem instead of being a parent? Or do I help you because that's the right thing to do? I don't know. Do I blame the child for being a child, or do I take responsibility as an adult and as that parent? Because a lot of parents don't. A lot of parents do, but it's like a different mindset completely. So the sibling part of it, so I don't know. Some of us had siblings who gained friends by having pretty sisters that they could use. Yeah. And that was never acknowledged. There's something about that. So those things are ending. That's what's being exposed. There's reasons for it to be exposed, because it's not just for me. It's not just for yeah, it's not just for me. So I think maybe in that dream, It's almost like an unlocking. Maybe her did what was, you actually did it. Because I took the phone. It's almost like taking the call, right? Fuck. Answering the call to be vulnerable, to be peered in on. Weird. Yeah. So weird. Anyway, I gotta process this. This is weird. Okay, let me see. Six of Wands. Oh my god. And the Tower. Yeah. God of fire, God who took evil. Protects against weakness. Disruption, warns of disaster, aids in transformation. Ace of Pentacles. And then Two of Wands. Love and wisdom. Victory over those who would attack you. The helping God. And I always think of Hecate. Two of Wands. Doorways. Hierophant. Two of Cups. Judgment. And the Six of Cups. The Two of Swords. Death. High Priestess. King of Cups. So, yeah. There's something about looking back at the past with clear eyes, being called to be, this mentor, and coming into union with that, with the awakening of like the past, the understanding of the past, like the putting it into perspective in some way. And then understanding the internal depth of it, and then transforming and alchemizing the knowing of it, like with the wisdom that we've gained. About innocence. And emotional maturity. Yeah, this one. Yeah. So there's something about that, and I understand, like, time heals things. It also puts into perspective things, because like there's some things that you just don't understand until you're old enough, then until you've gone through enough that you can put into perspective people's behaviors. And it took me a good 44 years for me to understand exactly what the heck I was dealing with all my life. As a Capricorn, it may be just the way it goes. I don't know. But 2025 was about, endings, for sure. Things that should have ended a long time ago, but for some reason, and I do know the reason. The reason was so that I could learn all these things, so that I could preach and teach, and not necessarily preach, but teach teach it. Because what better training than to go through it? Wow. I mean, it's for a reason. It's always for a reason. But maybe I'll write a book one day. But at this moment, I feel like this is answering the call for me. I hope this is making sense to someone. I don't know. It just seems so bizarre that I would have that dream and I'm just putting it into perspective, I guess, a little bit of, I always had feelings that things between me and my brother were weird, or certain family members. I was blamed for things that I shouldn't have been blamed for, especially when I was being threatened and, and in multiple ways, like, it's just bizarre to me how I took on so much responsibility and did so much of the emotional labor to keep in line. And you want to talk about submitting? I was in submission my whole life. What are you talking about? Not anymore. Liberation is what the name of the game is now. Like liberation, like actual liberation from systems, illusions, all of the things that have kept me small. And there's so much more to me than my submission, because I'm good at that. I can definitely do that, but am I happy doing that? No. And it was killing me. And it's also not about survival anymore. It's about understanding your options and self-mastery. Liberation, transformation. And creation. Anyways, I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.